If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else grinded, make sure you hit up Rose NBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best team possible here in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM using less than 500,000 MT. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 8,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, generally multiple videos a day, and I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe if you haven't already to help me push towards that mark. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start off with our starting point guard position, the most expensive card on this team. It's Ja Morant. I think Ja is, I can't type, but I think Ja is the best point guard that you can currently buy off the auction house, with the exception of one man, which is John Wall currently in my team. I think he's a top 5 point guard in the game. No, sorry, why did I just type in John Wall? I think he's a top 5 point guard in the game. He's elite in a lot of ways on the offensive end, and he's not as bad defensively as people think. 95 speed and excel, an 86 shot 3, half limitless takeoff, half post riser, half quick first step, 95 driving dunk, solid enough defensive stats, and 65 interior, 69 block isn't great for a PG, but he actually has silver anchor, which is a really big badge and a very, very nice badge for him to have on the defensive end of the court that most PGs don't have. While he doesn't have limitless range, he's a very versatile shooter with a very fast release and a smooth, easy to green release. Very good playmaker. Doesn't get clamps, glove, or interceptor, which is annoying, I will admit that, but he's not a liability defensively. He plays solid defense. He is 6'3" as well at the point guard position with a good wingspan, a solid player build. Like I said, a really solid release, or very good release, honestly. Dribbles pretty darn well as well, and he's an elite slasher with amazing dunk animations, one of the best slashers in the game. Ja is an absolute dog, an elite level PG, and I think that's the most important position on this team, so I'm willing to spend 175,000 MT, which obviously is a huge chunk of our 500k, but I think it's worth it on a guy like Ja Morant. At the 2, we got a card that I overlooked on our 250k MT squad builder, and that is Lance Stephenson. And I think this Lance Stephenson card is very, very solid as a budget card, kind of like a lot of the other budget cards we've been getting recently. Lance is a beast, 6'5" with a 6'10" wingspan, hot spots from 4 out of 5 spots, 4 hops or slithery, challenger, off-ball pest, and rebound chaser, 90 speed, 92 excel, 90 speed with ball, 85 driving dunk, 83 shot 3, 80 plus or 83 plus on every single defensive stat, a 90 lateral quickness, really solid playmaking badges, does need quick first step, but he's got a gold anchor, which again, really good badge to have. A bunch of good other gold badges as well. Does not get glove, but I can live without it. Also can get a badge like Claymore and guard up to improve his shooting a bit, rise up for standing dunks, but we're good release. It's fast, easy to green. He moves solidly, even though the Ray for Alston size up does suck, but he's just a very versatile, very good shooting guard option. He's a very versatile defender, can defend on the interior, has a fast release, and is a very athletic guy as well. Can create his own shot a little bit. Just a really versatile, really good option at the shooting guard position at only 27,000 MT. At the 3, I do think we kind of are starting to be in need of budget 3s. I like Ron Artest a lot, but I don't feel like we have that elite backup budget 3 in game right now, but we will get to that in just a little bit and what we decided to do off the bench. But Artest is 6'6" with 6'9" wingspan, doesn't have elite size, but he's a very, very versatile defender, really good on the interior, great perimeter defender, super solid all-around defensive badges, 85 speed and excel, a 79 shot 3, 80 driving dunk, a very smooth release, which helps make up for the fact that he doesn't have any shooting badges on his base card, even though you can add catch and shoot, claymore, guard up badges like that, slippery off ball if you want to. Quick first steps, another big badge that he can get that I definitely would recommend adding, and he is a solid slasher, solid playmaker, very, very versatile defender, like I said, with an elite release, an amazing 3-and-D card because he's got one of the best releases in the game, which I am a big, big fan of. Moves pretty darn well as well. Trade dribble style is good. Donovan Mitchell size up is a top size up. Lillard behind the back is elite. Really good dunk animations. He's a very versatile, very good option at the small forward position for only 18,000 MT, which honestly is a steal for a card as good as Artest. At the 4, we're going with Michael Porter Jr. in today's video. This glitched MPJ I think has gotten a little bit overlooked since he came out. First, there was some hype around him at first when he came out, but it's kind of died down. But he's just a guy who's a really, really good all-around card. I'm still not sure what he's glitched in, to be completely honest, because his defensive stats aren't overly insane. He's a decent but not an incredible dunker. Doesn't have incredible speed or anything, but he's a very, very good shooter with really good shooting badges. A little bit of a playmaker, but not really much of a playmaker, and I'll explain why here in a second. But he's a very, very solid all-around defender. Not a good block rating, but the rest of his defensive stats are really solid. He's 6'10" at the power forward position, got a good wingspan, got a great player build, very solid slasher as well, but he's an elite catch and shoot shooter in the pick and pop, which I think is very, very valuable, has a very good release, and he's a versatile, very solid defender who's also a pretty good rebounder with good size at the 4. Just a guy who I feel like can catch and shoot at a pretty high level, attack the rim with good athleticism, and play really, really solid defense on the perimeter and the interior. Good, really really good release. Unfortunately, basic dribble style kills his playmaking. It's very hard to create open shots with Michael Porter Jr. trying to use him as a primary ball handler, which is honestly really, really annoying. But outside of that, he's a very good card. That's just why I think he fits better at the 4 than the 3, though. It's because he's going to be less required to playmake and really only catch and shoot or catch and drive. Not going to be after dribbling and creating shots for himself very much. And at 32k MT, he's a really good card at the power forward position. At the 5, this should surprise absolutely nobody. It's Amethyst Jarrett Allen, easily the best budget center in the game. This is a competitive level center in my team. I truly believe that. Jarrett Allen is the best Amethyst card in the game right now. He's an absolute dog. 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan. Hot spots from 4 out of 5 spots outside the 3-point line, which kind of crazy. I know he's a glitch card, but he's glitch shooting. He's even got silver limitless range, a ton of good gold and silver as well, shooting badges as well as half corner specialist, gold bully, drop stepper, masher, posterizer, rise up, back down punisher. Even a little bit of playmaking. I know it's not great, but you can add bailout on him. You can add a quick first step. Those 2 badges are big. He's got good speed for a center with 79 speed and excel. A very good standing and driving dunk guy because he's a great athlete, really versatile, great interior defender, really good rebounder, knockdown shooter, and very good defensive badges as well. No clamps, no glove, no interceptor. I can live without him though, especially since he's not that since he's a center, it's a little bit less crucial to have those badges. Interceptor would be nice, but still, I can live without it because he's also got an amazing release. Really, really good release. While his SIGs do suck, he does everything else at an elite level. He's got a great player build, even though he is only listed at 6'10", he's got a great wingspan. The afro makes him look 7 foot or 7'1", which if you use the card or watch my gameplay with him, you know is the case. And he is just an absolute dog. For an Amethyst center, this card is, unbelievably good. I think, I'll say this, if this card was a 93 overall instead of a 91 overall with the exact same stats and badges, I think he'd be 250,000 MT. Right now, he's 49,000 MT, which I understand. Very expensive for an Amethyst card, but this is the best Amethyst in the game. He is an absolute dog. Incredible budget center, competitive level card. I can't say enough how good this Jarrett Allen card is. So really, really good card for the best starting center position. I think that makes our starting lineup really, really solid. Coming off the bench, we're going with budget god Alex Caruso, just one of the best defensive PGs in the game. Great size at the point guard position, being 6'4", I should say, with a decent wingspan at 6'5", not amazing, but the height is really good. He's got decent speed, good shooter, good dunker, very versatile all-around defender, half glove, half interceptor, gold anchor, again, big badge there, gold clamps, chase down artist, challenger, pick dodger, workhorse, silver pogo stick. Doesn't get handles for days, which is annoying. He also needs his quick first step upgraded, but he has catch and shoot and slippery off ball, can get claymore, can get guard up, can get rise up, which with a 45 standing dunk, honestly, he should be able to standing dunk with the way standing dunks are this year. Him not having handles for days is annoying, I will say that, but I can live without it because he's got a pretty good release. He's got MJ dribble style, which is really solid. Solid dunker, even though his dunk animations are pretty basic. See what I did there? Basic. But he's a very solid slasher as well. He's got great size, one of the best defensive PGs in the game. Really versatile, really good option at the point guard position, coming in at only 29,000 MT. Backup shooting guard goes to RJ Barrett. Again, I don't think this is much of a surprise. A guy that a lot of people are using as an elite budget too. He has a very good release. He's versatile. He can defend at a super solid level on the interior and the perimeter. He's got good speed, good shooting, good dunking, solid all-around shooting badges, solid all-around playmaking badges, even a silver handles for days, gold bully, gold posterizer, silver fast twitch, can standing dunk. RJ Barrett release on normal is honestly really good. Trade dribble style is really good. The rest of his 6 are pretty mediocre, but they're not bad. And the release is quite fast. He's a very good dunker. He's a really versatile, really good card. I think he's very similar to guys like Latrell and Lance. I like his release better than Latrell's, which is why he makes this lineup. But you got 2 guys in Lance and RJ Barrett who both can play make a little bit and are super versatile options at the 2 in this team. Also, he's 31,000 MT, which is a pretty darn good price. At the 3, we're going with LeBron James. LeBron, I would prefer, honestly, to be able to put this LeBron at the 4. We just don't have the elite budget 3 in the game right now. And even though LeBron's badges, especially on the defensive end, are not super impressive, no clamps, no glove, and no anchor, we can live without that to a certain extent because he's LeBron freaking James. He's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, has elite defensive stats all the way around, very, very good. 85 speed and excel, incredible dunker, super solid shooter, and improved release this year, can get catch and shoot, claymore, guard up, quick first step as well. So if you want to add badges to him, rise up. There's a lot of badges there that you can add that are really, really good. LeBron release on normal is much better this year than LeBron's release has been the last couple of years. And while his SIGs aren't incredible, he is just a very versatile, very good option at the small forward position. And also, LeBron does not have to be your on-ball lock. You don't have to put your 3 as your lock like you would have to in a lot of positions because Alex Caruso is one of the best defensive PGs in the game. You can leave him on ball and he's going to do a great job. So LeBron is going to fit the bill really well as a versatile defender, a great athlete, obviously an exceptional all-time athlete, and then a guy who can knock down 3s at a super high level as well, especially with his improved release. So LeBron at 30K, I think, is a really good option at the 3. At the 4, we're going with size. We're going with Chet Holmgren at the 4. I understand he is 7 foot tall, and that is really, really valuable because that means he's going to get a lot of rebounds. He's going to mash really effectively when he catches the ball under the rim. This card does have one significant flaw, and that flaw is the fact fact that he has 45 strength, and that's an issue. Defensive badges are not elite all the way around. Outside of shooting badges, his badges really aren't that elite whatsoever, but they will work. They'll get the job done. At 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan and the length that he is going to be a mismatch in terms of his size at the 4 versus almost every single player you see at the 4 in the game. His length is really good. He's got a great release. He's got decent athleticism. A very, very versatile, very, very good option at the 4. And honestly, I think Chet is probably better at the 4 than at the 5, to be completely honest, because I think he's more of a mismatch at the 4 than he is at the 5. And honestly, his strength seems to matter a little less as well, because you're going up against shorter players who aren't quite as dominant in the post, and he's going to be able to use his length and his player build a lot better to make up for his deficiency with his low strength. So I like Chet a lot at the 4, and I think he comes in really well at R4, going for only 20,000 MT. And then the final player on this team is going to be Karl Anthony Towns, another center I feel like who's gone a bit overlooked, but was definitely the best buyout center that you could get before Jarrett Allen came out. 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan, 79 speed and excel is super solid. Defensive stats are pretty mediocre, but he's got a good block and a decent interior. 80 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk is really good. 90 shot 3, really good shooting badges. Silver limitless, Hoff catch and shoot, Claymore corner specialist, and guard up. Can get the quick first step badge. Already has bully, drop stepper, masher, post technician, rise up, interior badges like that. Could also use the fast twitch badge, so I would add that to him as well as quick first step, like I said. And then defensively, he's not incredible. No anchor on a center is pretty annoying, I will say that, but he's not horrible. He'll get you some defensive stops occasionally. And he will rebound the ball pretty solidly as well. He's got a pretty good release for a big. Doesn't move great, but he's got good speed. He's a very, very solid center, especially off the pick and pop on the offensive end of the court. Wish he was a little better defensively, but I still think he's a really good center card. And even though he is ADK, I think he's worth the price to finish out this team. So in total, this squad is going to come in at about 491,000 MT from what I just looked up on Xbox. Price may vary a little bit on PlayStation, but this team I really like a lot. I think we're starting to get to the point with these teams that you can build a really good budget squad for a very reasonable amount of MT, and this is the type of team that you can build around. Add some free cards down here, add in some trophy case players, buy one or two more expensive cards, and all of a sudden you're looking at a truly elite competitive level squad in my team. So hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.